Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Adriana DC. So as you guys see by the title of this video, today I am going to be telling you guys about my most recent blind perfume haul, the well-renowned Baccarat Rouge 540, you guys. So before we go on to this video, if any of you out there, if you are a big fan of Baccarat Rouge 540 and you know this is your kryptonite, as I recently saw somebody placed in a comment section on another person's YouTube page or video, if Baccarat Rouge is your kryptonite and you are not happy to hear somebody else's opposing opinion on the most grandeur fragrance in the fragrance industry, then by all means please don't watch, and please don't come for me in the comment section. So before we go into the video, if you guys are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys are returning, thank you so much for supporting me. But yeah, unfortunately today, you guys, I have my very first blind, or should I say failed blind perfume haul, and I'm very much disappointed, you guys, because as you know Baccarat Rouge 540 is one of the most coveted fragrances in the fragrance industry. So I was through the roof when I finally ordered this fragrance. I was like, we graduating in this perfume industry and stuff. I was like, I couldn't wait to get it and yada, 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 yada. I mean, I'm not going to go into the box or anything because I'm sure you guys already know what this fragrance, what the box looks like. But let me just remove it out of the packaging. As you can see, I still have it in the box because it's going back. I'm not keeping it. This is the most infamous, the most coveted fragrance in the perfume industry. The most well-renowned perfume ever. And it requires no introduction. So this is what the bottle looks like. Yeah. So yeah. So I actually bought this fragrance last week, and it arrived on Wednesday. And when it came to the door, I literally couldn't even wait till I reached upstairs. I literally sprayed this fragrance downstairs. I mean, I was in my kitchen and I was like, let me smell this fragrance. Now, to remind myself, I'm going to spray it again for you guys. And I'm going to put it right here. But let me just give you, my initial take on this fragrance. And I'm going to let it dry on the skin because same thing. So when the fragrance came and I sprayed the fragrance on my hand, I literally didn't smell anything. Yeah, I know. And I didn't smell anything. And I was thinking to myself, like, I don't know, it's a bit strange, right? Okay. So then I went back in again and I sprayed it again. But this time I sprayed it and I said to myself, I'm going to just let it dry down. I'm going to let it settle on the skin and I'm going to see how it smells, okay? So I sprayed the perfume onto my hand. Again, I didn't smell anything, but I came upstairs, I put the package away, and I was like, let me just let this perfume settle, right? It's crazy. You go in, you smell it. I got nothing. And I know you guys are probably thinking, but what do you mean you didn't smell anything? What do you mean you got nothing? I kid you not. I got nothing from this fragrance. Okay, so I let it settle on the skin and I came back to it later on in the afternoon and I said, let me spray this perfume again. I actually sprayed it in the corner of my hand. I said, maybe this, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't, maybe the fragrance, maybe it's a bad batch. Maybe the fragrance needed to settle. Maybe it's just new, and a lot of people say sometimes when you get a fragrance, you need to shake it up or you need to like spray it out or whatever the case is. And I was like, yeah, maybe let me just do that. So I shaked it up. I sprayed it a little bit. And of course, this time I brought out my Instant Crush by Mancera because I know, well, allegedly, it's a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. So I said to myself, I'm going to spray that one over here. And I'm going to spray Baccarat Rouge over here, thinking like, you know, maybe this is going to give me a more accurate read or smell for this fragrance. Okay. And obviously, you know, Mancera Instant Crush blew me away. It's in your face, you know. And then there's a Baccarat Rouge over here just sitting. And again, I'm barely smelling anything. But I said, okay, I'm going to just let this fragrance dry down. And I'm going to go about my merry day. And I'm going to see how this comes out. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Okay. And again, at the end of the day, when I, you know, came back to it and tried to smell it, I got nothing. Well, let me not say I didn't get anything. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. I didn't smell anything. Still, right? But the instant crush was still very high, very strong, hitting you in the face, even though it had started to dry down. Okay. Later on in the evening time now, I'm moving my hands and I catch a wisp of something. And I'm like, it's kind of strange because it wasn't prominent. It was just like a light skin-like smell of something kind of sweet, but not that sweet. It was just like a faint remnants of something. And I was like, what am I picking up? You know, what am I grabbing? Okay. And I think about twice through the night, I caught a wisp of something. You know, I just keep getting like little wisp of it. About 3 times I caught a wisp of this fragrance. And I said to myself, but this can't be real, right? So I jump on YouTube and I decided to start looking up people's reviews on Baccarat Rouge 500 because I mean, I had already reviewed this fragrance and I thought I had seen it all. I figured this was a godsend. I thought this fragrance was sent from heaven. I thought this fragrance was renowned. I don't know. I don't know. The impression I got about this fragrance that it was the best of the best, you know, the queen of the pack, you know, the most coveted fragrance ever. So I thought like I had seen it all. And I did come across a few YouTubers who actually said that they had the same experience that I'm having, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of weird because I was like, boy, how could I have missed these particular reviews, you know? So I was like, impossible that I missed these little reviews in between everybody else's. And I'm going to say this. This fragrance literally smells like a watery, fresh, transparent resemblance of a mildly sweetened honey melon dew. That's it. Now I know a lot of people say they have they find it quite hard to describe what this fragrance smells like. I kid you not. The closest description of how this fragrance smells, it smells like a watery, fresh, transparent resemblance of a lightly sweetened honey melon dew. I kid you not. And the initial spray of it, it is literally less impactful than a gush of breeze hitting you in the face. You literally get nothing on the initial spray. And I don't get it. That's it. A honey melon dew. That's what you get from this fragrance. A lightly sweetened, watery, hydrating honey melon dew. And that's what you get. And I am picking up a little bit of it more now here on my hand. But for this price tag, I personally wouldn't even spend £60 for this fragrance. And I'm not being a hater. I mean, I actually struggled to accept my experience with this fragrance. I struggled to accept that this is what I was in. This is what I was smelling. I literally tucked this fragrance away, jumped onto YouTube, started looking up the reviews because I was like, maybe I got a bad batch, right? Probably got a bad batch because it could never be this. This could never be the fragrance in the perfume industry that people are going crazy over. It could never be this because this, I mean, and the thing, right? No, don't get me wrong. This perfume does not smell bad. It does not smell bad. The scent, perhaps had it not been for Mancera, this fragrance would have been probably the most unique. Maybe it was unique when the fragrance was released, okay? But it is unique, but not uniquely spectacular, if you get what I'm saying. It's a nice smelling fragrance, but it's definitely not a groundbreaking smelling fragrance. Now, being compared to Mancera Instant Crush, I personally feel Mancera Instant Crush is a very complex fragrance, a fragrance that is multifaceted, that has so many dimensions, that has so much character compared to Baccarat Rouge. So if you guys smell Instant Crush, Baccarat Rouge more resembles Instant Crush in the dry down, in the very, 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 very late remains, last hours of Instant Crush, the very last remains, the remnants of it, which you'd probably get the day after you spray Instant Crush. That's how watered down and mildly sweetened this fragrance is. Now, when you spray it again, what you get from it is literally less impactful than a gush of fresh air, than a gush of fresh breeze hitting you in the face. It is less impactful. I kid you not. It is less prominent than fresh breeze blowing in your face. And I kid you not, right? In the dry down, you do catch a wisp. You catch a wisp of something that is very skin-like. It is very like it's attached to you, and it is nice. It's pleasant. But for this price tag, I needed to be having some orgasms. I needed to be feeling like I'm on top of the world. Like, I mean, I gather that this whole molecule-based fragrance, or molecular fragrance, I'm gathering that to a perfumer, it's probably a very expertise technique for a perfumer to actually compose a molecular fragrance. But from the consumer's point of view, I want to be able to smell what I paid for, especially with such an extravagant price tag. I mean, this is not a bad fragrance, but for the price tag and for the hype that this perfume gets, let me tell you this. This is not a groundbreaking fragrance. Listen, I don't know. I mean, if the fragrance gave me a smell that I can say, okay, I don't like what I smell. But with this instance, I hardly appreciate what I can smell because I can hardly smell anything. It is lightly, no, it is not characterful. It is not complex. It's not, I don't know. I mean, I recently reviewed Parfum Zamali Delina, and I was underwhelmed by Parfum Zamali Delina. But this makes me appreciate Delina times 10. Delina is an icon. Delina is spectacular. Delina is much more worth its price tag than this fragrance. This is perplexing. This is confusing to me. I don't get how in God's name everybody on YouTube is going crazy and saying this fragrance is groundbreaking. I just don't get it. This fragrance leaves me confused. This perfume, the performance of it, what I smell, what I get from it, it leaves me confused beyond measure, and I don't get it. I mean, I just don't get it. And you know what? Before I came on here, because like I said to you, I struggled to accept the way I felt about this fragrance. I struggled with, the fact that could never. This is not, no. Had I paid £60, then perhaps. But for this price tag, there's no way in heaven I can keep this fragrance in my collection. And to further confirm the way that I felt, I took it out the box. I put on my dressing table. I put on my ring lights. I put on my soft boxes. I said, you know what? Let me just see if I would be engulfed with, with profound enthusiasm or appreciation for the fact that I had the most coveted fragrance in the beauty industry sitting on my dressing table next to my fragrances. I figured once I looked at it on my dressing table with all the bright lights, I thought that I would have been moved. I thought that I would have been more convinced that this fragrance is in fact the most groundbreaking fragrance that everybody has been talking about. But no, no, not even sitting on the table, because again, the bottle isn't even, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not going to go in on the bottle because I don't want to go in on the bottle because I think, the scent in itself, there's no possible way. There's no possible way. And I really struggled to come out here and give you guys this review. I had to let my emotions settle. I had to let my views calm down. I was so disappointed. I am extremely disappointed with this fragrance. And this fragrance left a pretty much bad taste in my mouth to the extent that I don't think I would ever revisit this perfume. I think I have pretty much conveyed to you my experience with this fragrance, and I can't I can't I can't I can't justify keeping this fragrance in my collection, given the way that I feel about it and given the performance. But I'm not going to speak to the performance because apparently people say it lasts very long, and whatever it is that lasts really long, I haven't experienced it. The remnants of what I get, the wisp of what I get is nice, but not convincing enough for me to keep it in my collection and just be like, hey, it's just an okay fragrance. For this price tag, I can't have a fragrance sitting in my collection that's just okay. It just can't. So I'm gonna have to cap this review right here, you guys. So there you have it, my views and my take on Baccarat Rouge 540. This is unfortunately my first failed blind perfume haul, you guys. So yeah, there you have it. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'm not even asking if you enjoyed this video because I don't want to be ranting on my channel, but I'm ranting today. But if you guys had the same experience, please pop your comments in the comment section and let me know how you feel, or let me know if you had the same thing. I mean, let me know if I should take it back and ask them if I got a bad batch. Let me know if this is a typical performance of this fragrance, because I'm blown away, I'm perplexed, and I'm confused. The fragrance left me confused, and I don't understand how a fragrance could possibly leave somebody confused, but I'm confused. I'm blown away, because if I gotten a fragrance that I can smell that I don't like, then I'll say, okay, pardon, but I could barely smell this fragrance. I could barely smell something to be so engulfed with all this profound appreciation and for this fragrance. I'm sorry, big time, you guys. So there you have it. See you in my next video.